Good morning, family, friends. This is Pastor James Kendrick from Oak Grove Baptist Church, located at 183 Joubert in Memphis, Tennessee. Of course, we're not meeting on this Sunday morning, but we want you to know that we are in compliance with our government, and yet we're still trying to be innovative and creative because the church itself has a sense of calming as it relates to society and the body as a whole. Now, I want you to know that I'm going to give you 7 principles today by which you can help to ease the feelings of a nightmare in the daytime. Because this pandemic certainly has, I would say, nightmarish kinds of feelings. Maybe some of you are worried, maybe some of you are doubting the power of our God, and there are so many feelings and emotions, no doubt at this time, that are being toyed with. So let me share with you from 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 through 10, Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25, and then Proverbs chapter 17, I think is what I have, verse 22. From those verses, I want you to know that if you'll recognize and acknowledge the fact that this is everywhere, people everywhere are suffering. People everywhere are reacting to this pandemic, and we don't know what to do from day one to the next day because it unfolds each day. There's something different. But we have a God who is our source, and of course, He is the all-powerful God. So acknowledge and recognize the fact that it's everywhere. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10 tells us that. The second thing I want you to know is that you should cast all of your anxieties upon the Lord. And to cast means to lay the responsibility or to place the responsibility upon our God. He's able to do that. That's also in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. In verse 6, he tells us to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God. That's our third principle. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, knowing that God is able to do what needs to be done. And listen, please, by all means, remain alert and sober-minded. That too is in 1 Peter chapter 5. Alert and sober-minded, meaning have a well-balanced approach. Carefully think through things that you're doing and know that God has your best interests at heart. Number 5, a heavy heart is a heart filled with anxiety. You don't want to be heavy-hearted and have your heart filled with anxiety weighing you down. Remember, you can cast those anxieties upon Him. And anxieties have to do with our worries. So Proverbs tells us in 12:25 that a heavy heart makes one ill. So you don't want to be that way. Now, our 6th point has to do with a merry heart. A merry heart or a joyful heart is one that brings about good healing. It is medicine to a heart. And our final point, number 7, would be that in His time, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10, in God's time, He will settle all that we're faced with. God will make the difference. It's all in His hands. And I want you to be encouraged and know that our God, even now, through it all, He's still on the throne and God is still in control. So be encouraged. Know that God is in control and He's going to take care of each and every one of us. Until next time, I'm praying for you, and I want you to know I have a number. Let's not forget that. I have a number I want to give you because Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, make sure you take note of this. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. and then on Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. If you'll call this number, I have a number that we'll be able to connect over the telephone for prayer. 1-888-585-9008. 1-888-585-9008. After you dial that number and you have access to move on forward, they'll ask for a second number. That number is 555-022-925. I'm sorry, I Had to pause on that one. 555-022-925. That's the second number. If you'll call those numbers, you'll be able to connect with me on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock for prayer, Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for prayer as well. God bless you now, and be ye encouraged, and let's wait and receive our deliverance. Bye now.